Boo!
Jesus, Wayne, are you trying to kill me?
Have you ever seen a book quite like this before?
Books with pictures are always a fun read.
It's greater than pictures. The author personifies each of his characters' thoughts as a visual representation of what he's feeling. It's incredible. I mean, the detail. Look at this. What?
I just admire your enthusiasm, that's all. I think that about wraps it for tonight, Wayne. We have a big delivery tomorrow morning, so make sure you're ready and on time. Now, I know these last couple of nights have gotten a little colder, so I turned the heat up just a little bit. You sure you don't want to just come and stay at my house? I mean, I can clean up the spare room. And
No. It's fine. Thanks, though.
Okay. Good night, Wayne. Wayne.
I know.
It's not like I didn't warn you.
Well, I pulled all the ones that haven't been borrowed in a while. They're all classics. Mice and Men, Great Gatsby. Who turned these down?
People aren't into reading these days, especially older books.
Yeah, but where do we get new ideas if we don't learn from where we started?
Well, the old can learn from the new too, Wayne. You ever think of getting those published?
I figured it was just a hobby.
Well, if your work sells, you can make a living at that too.
Do I look like Stephen King? I can't spit out an entire book.
Who says you have to? Do you think all the books in here are big fat novels? I think you're onto something. You shed light on a past that many kids go through. I think you could relate to them.
You think so?
Of course. I mean, there's nothing like that moment of satisfaction when you're reading and you realize that you are not alone. And if you're interested, I know the editor-in-chief at Moonshine Books. He might be interested in your short stories.
Think you'd have enough time to read them?
Of course. Editors have plenty of time to read all the books. I got it.
Hey, say what's with the journal?
I figured it'd be easier to keep track of your stories rather than all those loose pieces of paper.
Liza, you left this on the printer.
I thought I grabbed these. Thank you.
How's the draft coming along? You write book reviews, right?
Oh, I try to, but I do it for my own pleasure. I think every bookworm wants to review some of their favorite stories.
You should start a blog. There's a huge market for it.
I guess I never really thought about it.
Well, best of luck, although I'm sure you won't need it.
Wayne, best of luck with your stories. I'd love to read them sometime.
Well, here they are. You know what this is, right?
Let me guess. A bowling ball.
No. It's a collection of my short stories.
And?
And this is a publishing company, is it not?
Sir, I don't know who you are, but there is a process to publishing. You can't just walk in here and demand to get your book published.
Why not?
Because then there would be no refined literature. Joe Schmo can walk in here with his riveting tale about cow tipping and get it published.
Well, luckily for you, there's no stories about cow tipping in here.
I wouldn't read it if it had cow tipping in it. Brian, thank God you're here. This moron.
Easy there, Mary. Can we help you with something?
Yes, I'd like to get my short stories published.
Do you have an appointment?
No, but
Have a nice day then.
Bruno Hayes said he would reach out to you about potentially getting my stories published. Did you ever talk to him?
Oh, yes. Bruno. He's been calling me for 3 days straight. I have a really packed schedule today, so I'll just hand this over to Mary so she can read it for me.
But Brian,
The originals are there. I hope it's as riveting as Joe Schmo's. Thank you very much for your time. I greatly appreciate it.
I don't really have to read this, do I? I do not think.
I don't pay you to think. That's why you're my assistant.
You have to read this.
Mary, I don't have time for any...
Brian, I'm not kidding. This writing is something else. It made me tear up, and I don't have emotions. I know I shouldn't have barged in here like that, but I can call him. We can go through the entire process. We'll set up a meeting. And
Hey, it's Brian. I have a manuscript I want you to read. It's a short story collection. The author? It's me. Now, let's get some writers to edit it, seeing how it's my first. But I've been working on this for a long time, and I really think that it could be a bestseller.
Brian, you can't just...
Shh. I'm on the phone.
Yeah, hi, this is Wayne. I'm calling about the status on my manuscript. Yeah, no, I understand.
Hi, Wayne. You're doing a really great job with the library. I know it's not the same without him, but
Book's due back in 3 weeks.
remember that time I left one of my articles by the printer?
Can't say that I do. Lots of people do that.
Well, you gave me a piece of advice that really inspired me.
Not to leave your paper on the printer.
You gave me some perspective and a new idea that helped me to continue to do what I love. I started a blog because of you.
It's not about me, is it?
No. I really love books, and now I share my reviews with a pretty big audience.
Well, I'm glad you made it.
Hey, whatever happened to that book you were going to publish?
It's a long and anticlimactic story.
Maybe it's anticlimactic because it's not over yet. Anyway, I'd love to read it sometime. I'll see you around, Wayne.
Wait. Could you spare a few minutes?
He just erased your name and published it anyway? How can he get away with that? Wayne, he has to be held accountable. Your writing is just...
Well, what am I supposed to do? I can't prove that I wrote it to begin with. He has my originals. I can't get a hold of anyone. I've tried everything.
Do you still write?
Not really as of late. I've got this journal Bruno gave me, but I've barely touched it.
The journal that you referenced in this last story?
I suppose. Why?
What if you took your stories online? What?
It's not the same as a book.
Someone very wise once said, the old can learn from the new too.
Even if I did post it online, who would read it? Well, that's flattering of you, but one person is not going to bring justice to my stolen stories.
Who said I'm alone? I have 300,000 followers backing me up.
Although everything had changed from the start, something innate within told me it would be all right. For we cannot change the hand we are dealt, but we can choose how we play our cards. Thank you so much. Before I conclude today's reading with an excerpt from one of my previous works, I'd like to say a few words. This was a gift given to me by someone who never stopped believing in me. I referenced this journal a few times before in homage to my past, a collection of my short stories that fell into the wrong hands. So I'll be reading a section that I think really connects to that idea. This was a man who taught me how powerful of a tool thoughts were, how they could be transformed into a weapon or a pen. And he'd say, Wayne, make the pen your weapon. Your words the ammunition, and your thoughts the fuel that will ignite the fire within you. Don't ever let anyone or anything put that fire out. I said, okay, Bruno. I won't.
Hello, Mike Fiorillo from the law firm of Fiorillo and Mercadante. My partner, Holly Mercadante. Mind if we talk to you for a moment?
It's a shame you don't pay me to think.